know if I can do this with one hand because you got to hold it. It helps to hold on to it anyway. Got my phone, but good news is I still have all my digits. Hey guys, this is Rocky here at Tomahawk Farms. So I wanted to give you a little, I don't know, sneak peek or whatever you want to call it into our small operation here, what we do. So we've been going every weekend for, I can't remember how many weeks now. I committed to 10 cords of dry seasoned hardwood. So this consists of white oak, red oak, post oak, hickory. So right now this load right here is mostly white oak and hickory. And I apologize for the background noise. It's kind of raining here today. But anyway, so this is 4 ricks, which would be a cord and a third in this dump trailer, which is 14 foot long, 7 foot wide. So anyway, so every Saturday, sometimes Sunday, but mostly Saturdays, we go and pick up a load of this wood that's usually ready to go. So we go up there and throw it on, bring it back here, pull it into the shop, and Monday morning we start splitting, restacking, and then bundling. So the challenge is sometimes, you know, you get this wood and it's not cut for bundles, so we have to resplit it. It's got limbs off the side of it, you know. It's long. Like, that's not too bad. That's right on the money. 16 inches is what we asked for. Some of it's short. That's 13 inches. So a lot of times with that, we'll just cut it down into chunks and make bags out of it. But some of it is, I don't know, 20 inches long. There's 19. So in a 16-inch bundle, you know, you got 3 inches hanging out there. That's borderline right there, 19. But we ought to try to keep them fairly consistent around 16 inches. So when we get it here, we back it into the shop. And this morning it's been raining, so I knew it was going to rain. So we backed it in the shop far enough that we could shut the door on the trailer and keep it dry. Anyway, so we take it off of here, and now that we've got our new splitter, we process it through the Splitfire 1165V with the electric motor, which has been working out fantastic, except right away I had to take the limiter off because, you know, we're getting 20-inch wood, and I think with that, sorry about that, I'm trying to do this with one hand. So with the limiter off, we're at 20.5 inches right there. So some of it we have to cut down before we can even resplit it. But before we got this, we were using this little Harbor Freight splitter, and although it was slow, it worked out pretty good. So anyway, and I'm not sure, you know, this has been our process for the last 6 weeks. Back it in here, tilt the trailer up, pull the wood off, resplit it. Then we stack it in these racks right here that I bought off the marketplace, which is kind of, I bought them originally thinking that I might put them at stores to put the wood on. But that hasn't really played out like I expected. So we've got 3 of these that are 8 feet long, 4 foot tall. And then I've got I got 3 more over there that is 4 feet long and 4 feet tall for half ricks. Thinking, you know, we put bundles in it or whatever. But they've worked out great for the shop to just resplit, stack in there, and then from there we pull the Go Fast, which has been great. We've had no issues with that. We pull the Go Fast over here close to the stacks, and we bundle the wood. So right now we have last week's load still in the shop, which turns out to be about, let's see, so there's pretty much three 60-foot stacks, 60 bundle stacks there, not foot, 60 bundle stacks. So there's 180 bundles right here that we had been taking out of here every day as they're done and taking them, and I've got a U-Haul that you may or may not have seen in another video that I stack these in to keep them dry. And the reason I did that was because I didn't want to go out and start trying to sell bundles and not have plenty of bundles on hand. You know, worst thing you could do is go and somebody say, okay, yeah, I'll buy your bundles. Bring me 200 of them. And then you got like 50, you know. So I wanted plenty of bundles. So when I started buying this wood from this gentleman, I committed to 10 cord, and I figured that was plenty to be ahead to kind of launch this business, this bundle wood business. Since the beginning, I have sold 190 bundles, 150 to one location, a True Value store, and 40 to two other stores. One was another home center, True Value kind of store, and the other one was a feed store. So anyway, so I've sold 190. So I think I've probably still got, I don't know, it's hard to count once they're stacked in that truck, but I'm thinking somewhere around 250, 300 bundles in the truck right now, which is a 20-foot U-Haul. And then I've got another 180 there to put in there. And then we've got this load here to process. So we're kind of bottlenecked right now. And the reason we're bottlenecked is, of course, my forklift went down. You know, I've got an old forklift that I've just babied around here for years. And we've been moving a lot of bundles with it. And it's as old as it is and hard to use as it is, it's handy because you can put this stuff on pallets and then take the pallet right up to the truck and stack them in the truck. Well, my forklift went down last week. So all last week we had no forklift. So I've been looking for a new forklift, and I'm thinking the option on the forklift should be a skid steer, because I've got a bunch of property back here at the back to recover, reclaim, whatever you want to call it. It's woods, and I could stack wood for a long time back here. Plenty of room. The only issue is I've got a pond right here in front of the shop, or at the back of the shop. It's kind of in the way that we don't use, so I might fill that in. And then I don't know how much, probably 50 foot or so of woods back there that we never go in that I could reclaim. So that's kind of my plan. I've been looking at skid steers, and as you know, they're not cheap. Wow. And I really didn't want to make that kind of investment in the bundle wood business, but it's pretty versatile, a skid steer, and I could use it for a lot of things. But still, that's a huge investment just to have around the property for a forklift or to clean up. And I don't want to buy an old piece of junk, you know, so I've been looking at some, I don't know, $30,000, $40,000 skid steers, somewhere in that area. And I see a lot of guys on the YouTube channels that do firewood. They use tractors. I've got a little Kubota tractor that has a backhoe on the back of it. And I've got some farming implements for it. You know, I've got a little disc laying over there, you know. But it's not heavy enough to lift a pallet of this stuff. It's pretty light. It's just a little compact. Anyway, I don't do any farming or anything, so I'm thinking a tractor is just really not the way to go for me. I'm thinking a skid steer. But anyway, I just kind of give you guys a little insight onto the small operation we have here. We've been doing this every week now for, I think this is load number 8. I'll have to go back and count it and see. But anyway, so comes off the trailer, gets resplit. It gets cut down over there with a compound miter saw if it's too long. And then it gets bundled, and then it gets stored. And off of every load on this dump trailer, we end up with about a tote, or these tote inserts or whatever, plastic things here, tubs. I think these are 330 gallons. We end up with about a full one of these of slash chunks, which we throw them in there when we split them off, if they break off the wood, but then we sweep up the floor too and we throw all that in there. So I've ended up with let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. So this might be load number 7 at 4 ricks at a time. And like I said, I committed to 10 cords, so that's about where we're at. I'm gonna have to figure it up though. I was going to buy some green wood off of them too and start stacking it up, but I don't think green wood is going to be an issue. I've had many friends offer for me to come and cut green wood on their property, so we might do that. I wanted to start stacking some green wood out here for it to season, so next year I don't have to buy wood. But anyway, let me know what your thoughts are on the skid steer versus tractor. I'm thinking I want to go skid steer, and I've got other projects going on too. There's the bed for my 1 ton that I haven't got on there yet. So I'm still working full time at my other job, and I've got a nephew helping me out here, and so this keeps him busy through the week. And then I have weekends to go. Me and him go and we get a load of wood and bring it back here, and he processes wood all week. So anyway, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. And I'm fairly new to the firewood community, but this is what I've got going on. This is my small operation that Joe, kind of Ohio wood burner, gave me a little push and said, just do it, buddy. So Joe, this was for you, brother. I'm doing it. And I wanted one of them yappas, but we're just not in that. We're not in that operation yet, that category. So we're working with the split fire, and this has been a fantastic machine. Of course, we've only used it. This will be week 2, so we've used it 1 week, and I love the idea that it's electric, and we can keep it in the shop and process all of our wood right through the shop. And it's quiet. We can start early in the morning. We don't have to worry about firing up a gas engine and making all the neighbors aggravated, because in the shop everything echoes out the doors. We don't have to worry about gas and oil. I don't have to worry about him calling me and saying, hey, Uncle Rocky, splitter won't start. So we plug it in and it goes. And I'll keep you updated on this. We've put a cord and a third to it so far, and we'll let you know how she does. We've put about 5 or 6 cords through this thing, and I don't know if you guys know about this. These Harbor Freights, they're about $300 or $350, and they're not bad little splitters. They work pretty good for somebody that just wants to split a little wood, but they do come with a stupid switch down here that you have to push the button and run the handle at the same time. And that is really a pain in the rear. So what I did is I took the switch out, I remounted it in a plate, so when you pull the handle down, it pushes the switch. It's not plugged in right now, but it pushes the switch, so it takes it back to a one-handed operation, so that you can hold your wood with the other hand. They don't want your hands up here, and I understand it, I get it, but you may be in the wrong game if you're playing with toys like this anyway, so, or you might be missing fingers. But anyway, this is the most dangerous machine we have in the shop right now. Now, I just stuck a battery here marked at 16 inches with a line, so when we do our cuts, you got to hold this tight, because it will get jammed up on that stuff, and recut it. And then, of course, all the chunks off of there I just throw them in a bucket or barrel, and we cut these down, split them up a little smaller, and I make bags of chunks with them. Now, I haven't tried to sell any of them bags of chunks yet, but they're going to be hickory and oak, and I believe they'll probably sell pretty good at the right price. So anyway, guys, that's what we got going on. If you guys like the video, give me a thumbs up and let me know what you think about the skid steer versus tractor. Thank you, guys. Stay safe. God bless.